The Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology is a beacon of academic excellence in Ghana. In an era where education transcends traditional boundaries, KNUST is at the forefront championing the cause of e-learning. This is the story of how we have embraced technology to foster excellence in education across diverse disciplines. The year 2020 brought unprecedented challenges with the COVID-19 pandemic. As campuses worldwide shut down, the need for a robust e-learning system became imperative. KNUST was no exception.
One day we were in class, and all of a sudden, everything went online. It was very overwhelming at first.
Adapting to the new normal, KNUST swiftly transitioned to online learning. Virtual classrooms, digital assignments, and online assessments became the new standard.
Our priority was to ensure that learning did not stop. So we took advantage of the situation to train our faculty, equip our students with the technological skills, and then bridge the gap to ensure that learning online comes in to support the gap that was created.
Recognizing the need for a dedicated facility to support e-learning, the Office of the Vice-Chancellor established the KNUST E-Learning Center. This center became the heartbeat of our digital education initiatives.
So the e-learning center was a strategic move by management to centralize our e-learning efforts. It became a hub for training, for innovation, and for equipping our learners and faculty with the skills required in the times.
The KNUST E-Learning
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Good afternoon. All right, we want to welcome you to the 6th edition of the Junior Science and Maths Quiz, and of course, the second contest for day 1 for the Ashanti region, the preliminary contest or the regional qualifiers. I need to indicate that indeed we had an exciting quiz in the morning, and I'm very positive that this afternoon's will not be an exception. And of course, there will also be a lot to learn. So the Junior Science and Maths Quiz is organized by the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology in collaboration with the Ghana Education Service and DEX Technologies. We want to deeply appreciate the kind gesture of our Vice Chancellor in the person of Professor Mrs. Akosia Dixon. We thank her for her continuous support. We also want to recognize and appreciate the leadership of the chair of the board of the Junior Science and Maths Quiz in the person of Professor Kwesi Preku. And indeed, we also want to appreciate all the board members. Let me also salute all the heads of the various schools competing in this year's contest, and in particular, those competing in the Ashanti regional contest. We want to applaud you and thank you for allowing your schools to take part in this year's competition. Let me also really salute all the dedicated teachers who have really prepared the students for this particular contest. And the gallant students who are proudly representing their schools, I say Aiko to every one of you. Kindly, our dear audience, please allow me to acknowledge and express our most deepest gratitude to all our sponsors. We thank every single one of them for coming on board to support us. We want to say we are deeply grateful to every single one of you. So the 2024 Junior Science and Maths Quiz competition is proudly sponsored by the KNUST E-Learning Center, We are grateful to the e-learning center for all our media and video coverages. And at KNUST e-learning, we say just a click. The KNUST Institute of Distance Learning, we appreciate you for making our journeys and our travels around the nation very easy and extremely pleasurable. At KNUST IDL, we say lifelong learning, an essential key for development. The KNUST UITS, or the KNUST Information Technology Services, abbreviated UITS, we thank you so very much for providing us with the needed bandwidth for the quiz. And we want to say that your high-speed internet provided is indeed deeply appreciated. Dex Technologies. At Dex Technologies, we say practical science is now practical. We want to thank you for making our technology challenge round a reality. And as always, you make it very exciting and hands-on. The Ghana Standards Authority, we thank you for supporting this year's competition. Your generous contribution is deeply appreciated. Multi-Credit Savings and Loans Limited, your generous contributions have indeed been a cornerstone for our success, and we want to say thank you very much to you. The Ghana National Petroleum Corporation Foundation, we thank you very much for coming together for us to impact lives. Study X, we want to thank you for coming on board. Pizza Man, Chicken Man, or Chicken Man, Pizza Man. We are really looking forward to the wonderful meal packages. So you really want to hurry up and bring us those wonderful meal packages. And at Pizza Man, Chicken Man, we say great food lives here. Fonjo Images, thank you for keeping our memories alive. And to our media partner, Kesben TV, we thank you for telecasting our programs live. And indeed, you have amplified our reach and impact. Thank you for coming on board to partner us. At Kesben TV, we say Obia Bedidi, which means that everyone will have a share. Remember, the Junior Science and Math quiz is tailor-made for our learners in the junior high schools. And our expectation is that through this quiz, they'll be able to exhibit their understanding when it comes to the basic principles underlining the life sciences and the physical sciences. And our expectation is that there'll be the promotion of teamwork. This quiz will also encourage critical thinking. They'll be able to exhibit high-level problem-solving skills and innovation right at this very early stages of their academic lives. And we believe that with these skills, they'll be very well prepared for a number of future opportunities. So for today's quiz, we have two schools competing, and we have Universal International School and Rejoice National Academy. But I'm sure the contestants are not really interested in all the plenty talking that I'm doing. We would want to hear your voices, contestants. So kindly introduce yourselves by mentioning your name and the form you are in. And so Universal International School is represented by
Amponsan Amirabel, Form 3.
Excellent. Please clap for Marabel. And we have
Francis Mimalai, Form 3.
Francis. Please clap for Francis. And Rejoice National Academy is also represented proudly by
Ejecha Margaret, Form 2.
Right. Please clap for her or him. And
Edu Welcome Blessed, Form 3.
excellent. Please clap for Edu. And please, my dear audience, a round of applause for all our contestants. Thank you very much. My name is Augustine Angelina Silverkin. I'm a senior lecturer at the Department of Theoretical and Applied Biology, and I'm also a senior research fellow at the Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research in Tropical Medicine. And I will be your quiz mistress for this afternoon's contest. So there are some few rules pertaining to the contest. We have buzzers, contestants, you have buzzers in front of you. And so we'll do a short buzzer test. But before we do that, contestants, kindly, if you are answering your main or your major question, there's no point pressing the buzzer. If the other school has exhausted their chances in attempting to answer a particular question, their main question, then you can go ahead and press your buzzer. So let's hear the sound from the buzzer for Universal International School. Very good. And Rejoice National Academy. Very good. So there will be 4 rounds in this contest. Round 1, the fundamentals. Round 2, fastest brain, fastest finger. Round 3, the science and technology challenge. Round 4 will be the decoding the clues round. And contestants, just be rest assured, because I'll be reading the instructions at the beginning of each round. We want to zoom into round 1, the fundamentals. So in this round, there will be questions in the areas of physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, and ICT. If a school answers a question correctly, 3 points will be awarded. If it is incorrectly answered, it will become available as a bonus to the other school to compete for. And the score for a bonus question is 1 point. And my 2 schools, you have 15 seconds to answer questions that do not require calculations, and 40 questions to answer questions that require calculations. And dear contestants, for your schools, you have a maximum of 2 attempts for your main question and 1 attempt for a bonus questions. Like I said, bonus questions will be open or will be available to the other school to compete for by ringing the buzzer. My contestants, you always need to ring the buzzer anytime you want to compete for a bonus. And if you fail to ring the buzzer and you give me or you provide a correct answer, I will nullify your answer. So please make sure you always press the buzzer. And on that note, I wish you all the best in this particular round. So question 1, you have 15 seconds, contestants. 15 seconds. And you need to pay attention because I will not be reading the questions. I will not be repeating. Few questions are repeats, but most of them are very simple and easygoing. So question 1, there's a preamble to the 2 schools. Give a word that describes the following processes. Give a word that describes the following processes. Universal International. The process of feeding young chicks with a nutrient-rich starter diet.
Nutrition.
That is not correct, but you still have some time.
The chick starter.
That is not correct. Unfortunately, you have exhausted your 2 attempts. Your time is up. And how about the other school? Do you have any answers for this particular question, Rejoice? Okay, time is up. So the correct answer is brooding. 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 Rejoice National Academy. When the process of raising hens, specifically for egg production rather than meat, is known as?
Poultry.
No, that is not correct. You still have another chance, though. Oh, your time is up. Yes, Universal, go ahead.
Hatching.
No, that is not correct. Unfortunately, time is up. So the correct answer is layer farming. Layer farming. You are interested in egg production. Egg production. Right, the next question. You have 15 seconds. And please listen attentively. The following 3 experiments were carried out in the laboratory. Listen attentively and answer the questions that follow. Experiment 1. 10 grams of iodate salt was added to 150 ml of water in a beaker. The mixture was stirred thoroughly. Experiment 2. Vegetable oil was added to a quantity of water in a corked flask and shaken vigorously, then allowed to stand for some time. For experiment 3, a few grams of grinded charcoal were added to water in a beaker and stirred vigorously and then allowed to stand. Contestants, I'll go over. All right, let me go over. For experiment 1, 10 grams of iodate salt was added to 150 ml of water in a beaker, after which the mixture was stirred thoroughly. For experiment 2, vegetable oil was added to a quantity of water in a corked flask, and the flask was shaken vigorously, and then it was just allowed to stand. For experiment 3, a few grains or a few grams of grinded charcoal were added to water in a beaker and stirred vigorously, and then it was allowed to stand. All right. Rejoice National Academy. State one observation each from experiments 1 and 2.
In experiment 1, the iodine salt dissolves in the water. In experiment 2, the vegetable oil was suspended on the water.
I was looking for some scientific terminologies. So unfortunately, I'm unable to give you anything. Your time is up, so it is available as a bonus to Universal. Yes, go on.
For experiment B, the vegetable oil and water are immiscible liquid, so they cannot be mixed together. And
it's so difficult to hear you. If you don't hold the microphone, just leave the microphone and speak into it.
For experiment B, the vegetable oil and water are immiscible liquid, and the iodine and water, the iodine will dissolve in the water.
No, I'm unable to give you anything, unfortunately. So I'll hold the answer or the answers to my chest. Now, Universal International School, your major question. State a method of separation for experiment 3.
Decantation.
No, I won't give the no. That is not correct. You have another opportunity though.
Filtration.
I will not allow filtration. Your time is up. Available as a bonus. Yes, Rejoice, go on.
Sedimentation.
Sedimentation is correct for a point. So, contestants, listen at it. It was a very simple experiment. And, you know, we're only interested in homogeneous mixture or solution and heterogeneous mixture or solution. So, I hope you are learning something new. All right? Let's move on to question 3. You have 15 seconds. There's a preamble to the two schools. I need you to state the function of the following keyboard shortcuts in a web browser. You state the function of the following keyboard shortcuts in a web browser. Rejoice National. Control plus W.
Go back to the Close the current browser.
Yeah, close the tab is correct. I'll give that to you. 3 points. Universal International School. Control plus Shift plus T. Unfortunately, your time is up. Yes, Rejoice, go ahead.
Open a new tab.
Yeah, so I'll give it to you. Reopen a new tab is correct for 1 point. Question 4. 15 seconds, contestant, and there's a preamble to the two schools. In an experiment, an iron bar labeled AB is magnetized by dragging a magnet over its surface from one end of A to B several times. I read it again. In an experiment, an iron bar labeled AB is magnetized by dragging a magnet over its surface from one end of A to B several times. Universal International School. Mention 2 ways to test if the bar AB has been magnetized. Is it Mirabel or Francis? Yeah, go ahead. Oh, unfortunately, your time is up. It's available as a bonus to Rejoice. Oh, a lot of ways. So, for example, if you decide to bring the bar close to metal ions, and this is something we all do at home. You bring the bar close to metal ions like needles, like nails, like pins, iron filings, and you realize that the materials will get attracted to the bar. A contestant, and then you can decide to hold the bar close to a plotting compass. The compass will be deflated, and then again you can decide to tie a string or a thread at the middle of the bar and suspend it horizontally. So these are various ways you can really test to be sure that the bar AB has been magnetized. I hope you are learning something new. Rejoice National Academy. Rejoice.
Yes.
Indicate how you would test for the poles of A and B of the bar.
We say negative. Like post subtraction, like post repair. Like post.
You bring a well-known magnet with a well-known poles, like north and south. So if the head of the iron bar is faced to the iron, if it attracts with the north pole, it means it is south, and if the part left is the north.
That is correct for 3 points. I'll give it to you. Well done. The next question, you have 40 seconds. 40 seconds. 40 seconds. There's a preamble to the two schools. You may want to write or note the following trigonometric constants. The following trig constants. So sine 45 is equal to 0.7071. Cos 45 is equal to 0.7071. Sine 30 equals 0.5. Cos 30 equals 0.866. Sine 60 equals 0.866. Cos 60 equals 0.5. I'll go over. Sine 45 equals 0.7071. Cos 45 equals 0.7071. Sine 30 equals 0.5. Cos 30 equals 0.866. Sine 60 equals 0.866. Cos 60 equals 0.5. I'm sure you've gotten all the trig constants. Universal International School, your question. A boat travels from point A to point B on a bearing of 45 degrees. So 45 degrees from the north. Point B is located 10 kilometers away from point A. Calculate the east and north displacements of the boat. Oh, your time is up. So the question is available as a bonus to the other school to attempt. Time is up. So the correct answer is north is 0.071 kilometers and east is 7.071 kilometers. North is 7.071 kilometers and the same for the east. Rejoice National Academy. A drone flies 25 kilometers from point A to point B on a bearing of 60 degrees, so 60 degrees from the north. Find the east and north displacements of the drone.
The north displacement.
The north displacement is got 0.866 and the east displacement is got 0.5.
That is not correct. You may want to check out on your calculations, okay? You still have some time. Unfortunately, your time is up. Yes, it's available to Universal. Go ahead.
East is equal to 0.866 and north equal to 8.666.
No, that is not correct. I'm sure they still teach you, you still do trig. You remember this mean monim, sokatwa. And of course, if you know sokatwa, so is just your opposite over hypotenuse. And once you substitute with the values I gave you, I provided you with all the constants. So you only needed to do the substitution and you would have gotten all the answers wrong. So Rejoice National Academy, your correct answer for north, 12.5 kilometers. Correct answer for east, 21.65 kilometers. The next round of questions. So there's a preamble to the two schools. I'll be making some statements and you are expected to state whether the statements are true or false. And these questions can obviously, they can't be passed on as bonuses. Rejoice National Academy. An object moving in a circular path cannot have a constant velocity.
False.
Unfortunately, that's a true statement. A true statement. Velocity. Universal International School. The force of gravity on an object is called its weight.
True.
That is a true statement. Well done. Universal, this time I'll start with you. Vitamin C is essential for collagen production in the body.
True.
That's a true statement. Well done. Rejoice National Academy. Vitamin B6 is important for brain development and function.
True.
That's a true statement. Well done. 3 points. And on that note, dear contestants, we have come to the end of round 1. Congratulations to the 2 competing schools. And remember, the 2024 quiz competition is proudly sponsored by the KNUST E-Learning Center, the KNUST Institute of Distance Learning, the KNUST UITS, DEX Technologies, the Ghana National Standards Authority, Multi-Credit Savings and Loans Limited, the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation Foundation, Steady X, Pizza Man, Chicken Man, Fonjo Images, and our media partner, Kesben TV, where at Kesben TV we say, Obia Bedidi. Let's check out on our scores. So we'll go for a very short commercial break, and once we are back, we will provide you with the scores for round 1. Okay, a warm welcome back to this afternoon's competition or contest. So I've been told both schools have raised various protests, especially on question 2 about that exciting experiment. And you know what, my dear students, we are all learning. And I gave you 3 different experiments. Experiment 1, I said that iodinated salt put into a beaker, mixed thoroughly. Experiment 2, vegetable oil put into water in a quart flask, shaken vigorously and then allowed to stand. Experiment 3, few grams or grams of grounded charcoal added to water, shaken in a beaker, shaken and then allowed to stand. And I was interested in just one observation from experiments 1 and 2. Remember experiment 1, you had salt and then you added it to water. So you definitely end up forming a homogeneous mixture or solution. Then for experiment 2, you had vegetable oil. And we all know that at home, if we add water to oil or oil to water, and you shake it vigorously with all your strength, it will never mix. So you end up forming a homogeneous solution, a heterogeneous solution. If you add salt to water and mix vigorously, you form a homogeneous solution or mixture. In the case of adding vegetable oil to water, you form heterogeneous. And I remember I even indicated that I was interested in some scientific terminologies. Then, in terms of the method of separation for experiment 3, remember experiment 3, I indicated that you have few grams of grinded charcoal added to water, mixed vigorously and allowed to stand. And in this case, if you want to separate, you can only do sedimentation. You cannot do filtration. Your filtration is like sieving. You can't sieve. If you grind charcoal and you add it to water and you sieve, I don't know what you will get. But if you decide to do sedimentation, then at the end of the day, you'll be able to separate your water or your solvent and then your charcoal. So unfortunately, my dear contestant, I am unable to award you any points. So the point I gave still holds. The bonus for the school that said sedimentation still holds. Now let's check out on our scores. So at the end of round 1, Universal International School has 6 points. Please clap for them. Well done. Well done. Congratulations to you. And Rejoice National Academy has 11 points. Well done. Please clap for them. Well done. So we want to move straight to our next round, which is round 2. Round 2 is the fastest finger, fastest brain, or fastest brain, fastest finger. And this particular contestant, are you listening to the instructions?
Yes.
All right. So here, one question will be read out and contestants will compete to be the first to answer. Each question carries a score of 4 points. And contestants, once you are ready with your correct answer or your answer, you need to press the buzzer before you answer. Once you press the buzzer, dear contestants, you should be ready with your answer in 3 seconds. And my timekeeper is always very keen over here. He will guard the time very well. 3 seconds, you need to provide or produce the answer. Now, if a school gets the answer wrong, the other school can answer the question or can produce the answer. And here, if you provide me with a wrong answer, you will be given a penalty. I will deduct 1 point from your marks. And I'm sure you really want to guard the marks you have accrued with all your heart and your might. So, very simple. But because it is buzzer dependent, contestants, let's just do a quick buzzer check. So let's hear the sound from the buzzer for Universal International School. Very good. Rejoice National Academy. Let's do Rejoice again. And then let's do Universal again. Okay. Best of wishes to the schools. The first one. What is the name of the tissue that transports water and nutrients in plants? Rejoice.
Xylem and phlegm.
Xylem is correct. 4 points. Acids are sour, while bases are universal. 3 seconds. Is available, so -1, universal. Rejoice? Yes, go on.
Bases are bitter.
They are bitter, correct. 4 points. Next one. The storage device that uses laser technology to read and write data is called? Universal?
Laser printer.
That is not correct. -1 is available as the other school can attempt if they want to. Time is up. The correct answer is optical disc. Optical disc. Next one. What is the distance between the points A, which maps onto 15, 0, and B, which maps onto 5, 0?
Okay.
Oh, contestants, what were you trying to calculate? It's just 10 units. You have 15, 0, 5, 0. So 10 units. Right, the next one. What are the number of p-n junctions in a transistor? Yes, Rejoice?
2.
2 is correct. 4 points. Next one. The West African dwarf is a breed of? Yes, universal.
Goats.
Goat is correct. 4 points. Find the highest power of 2 that can divide 32. Yes, Rejoice?
2 is the power 5.
Yes, I'll give it to you. 4 points. So it is 2 raised to the power 5, but the highest power of 2 that can divide 32 is just 5. Next one. Different structures or different structural forms of the same elements are called? Yes, universal.
Isotopes.
No, that is not correct. -1. They are known as allotropes, or allotropes, depending on the school you attended. On that note, we have come to the end of round 2. Well done to all the competing schools. And remember, our quiz is sponsored by the KNUST E-Learning Center, the KNUST Institute of Distance Learning, KNUST UITS, DEX Technologies, Ghana Standards Authority, Multi-Credit Savings and Loans Limited, the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation Foundation, Study X, Pizza Man, Chicken Man, Fonjo Images, and of course our media partner, Kesben TV, where they always say, Obia Bedidi. So our scores are in. And at the end of round 2, Universal International School, 1 point. Please clap for them. Rejoice National Academy, 16 points. Please clap for them. So this makes a total of Universal International School, 7 points. And Rejoice National Academy, 27 points. Please clap for our contestants. Well done and congratulations to the 4 of you. We want to move straight into round 3. Round 3 is the Science and Technology Challenge. And contestants, over here, one question will be given to the 2 schools. And the question in this round will require that you perform a task, after which an assessment will be made. The score for this round is 10 points. This one times 2, 10 points. And contestants, I'll give you 10 minutes to complete the task. Remember, round 3 is... We will zoom into round 3. I'll see you soon. welcome back. And there's another protest, and people are still protesting on the filtration and sedimentation. But I think I have already given my ruling that the correct answer is sedimentation. So, dear contestants, dear schools, dear teachers, we have settled on that one. The second one has to do with that particular question. The fastest finger or fastest brain, fastest finger. The name of the tissue that transports water and nutrients in plants. We're interested in only xylem, but our contestants decided to give me two good answers for me to choose from. And I don't know whether I wanted to be generous, but it is not right. And so I will deduct 5 points. So I'll take my 4 points, and then I will also take 1 point for giving me a wrong answer. And so at the end of round 2, in terms of the total for round 1 and round 2, Universal International School has 7 points, and Rejoice National Academy has 22 points. 22 points. Please clap for them. We want to zoom into round 3. And round 3, like I said, 1 question will be given to the 2 schools, and the question in this round will require that you perform a task, after which an assessment will be made, and the score for this particular round is 10 points. And contestant, I'll give you 10 minutes to complete the task. But please remember that round 3 is proudly powered by the DEX Science set. So it is a very simple task. And contestants,
Yeah.
I'm sure you have some few items in front of you. I'll give you a minute whilst the items are distributed. So contestants, I need you to check if you have been provided with a laser labeled L, a screen labeled S, 2 pegs, and 2 polarizers labeled P1 and P2. Contestants, please verify the items for me. Rejoice, do you have all the items as I read out?
Yes.
All right. How about Universal? Universal.
Yes.
You have everything. Okay. So once you have all these items, you have the laser labeled L, the screen labeled S, 2 pegs, and then 2 polarizers labeled P1 and P2. I need you to perform the following task. I need you to place the screen and the laser in front of each other. When you are through with this, you need to switch on the laser and make sure it can be seen on the screen. When you are done, with the help of 1 peg, kindly place polarizer P1 vertically in between the laser and the screen, and just observe what will happen to the laser light. When you are through with task 2, with the help of the 2nd peg, kindly place polarizer P2 horizontally in between polarizer P1 and the screen, and again do an observation in terms of what will happen to the laser light. When you are through with this, for your 4th task, I need you to rotate polarizer P2 at an angle of 45 degrees, and again observe what will happen to the laser light. And when you are done with the task, I have some 3 very simple related questions for you to answer. Your question number 1 is, what were your observations in tasks 2, 3, and 4? Number 2 is, what accounted for your observations in tasks 2, 3, and 4? And the last question is, what property of light is demonstrated in this experiment? Contestants, are you good to go? All right, so you have 10 minutes and I wish you all the best. You may start work now. Okay, contestants, you have a little over a minute to stop work. You have a little over a minute to stop work. And actually now you have 1 minute to stop work. Make sure you have indicated the name of your school on your answer sheet. Write your school's name on the answer sheet. You have less than a minute to stop work. You should be rounding up. All right, contestants, stop work. Well done. Well done. I saw a lot of teamwork. I saw people trying to explain a lot of things, doing a bit of chit-chatting here and there. And interestingly, I was also watching your experiments. Well done. With the lasers and the screens and trying to rotate things here and there. Well done. Congratulations. I'm very proud of every single one of you. Well done. Audience, please clap for our contestants. Well done. Well done. So we'll go for a short commercial break whilst I assess what they did, and we'll be back shortly with the scores.
Technology. Neither Ghana nor Africa can afford to lag behind our nations. These were the words of Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah as he launched the atomic reactor in the 1960s, and these words are even more relevant today. It is in light of this that the schools in the Western region have decided to take up the mandate of living this dream of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah as a son of this land. Some special private schools and public schools alike have decided to set the pace by providing their students with 21st century learning experiences. And also providing a culture and a lifestyle of practical science activities. Journey with me as I take you through how Deck Science Set is ensuring that this dream of the Western region comes true.
We as a school have embraced science education or STEM education, using the science set to do practicals. We have not been long in the use of the science set, by just a term. we realize that using the science set for practicals brings a lot of excitement. The child feels involved and the child learns while doing the practicals. We are of the view that if our parents are able to collaborate with us, or any other school that they are using the science set, if you are able to collaborate and help the school get the science set every term, I think that practicals can be held easily. It doesn't pay to teach science in abstract. Science is like mathematics. We don't read it. We get involved. We involve the learner and we involve the teacher. And you can only be involved if you are using the science set to do practicals. I think that almost every private school and public school will ought to understand that to successfully study science is meaningless unless it is linked up to the use of science sets. And that's why I think that we must embrace this idea.
Has been in existence for the past 22 years.
Wow,
yes,
that's old.
And we began using the science sets about 2 years ago.
Wow.
And it has been great, seriously, because you know, teaching and learning of science without practical is a waste of time.
In this era of science and technology, neither Ghana nor Africa can afford to lag behind our nations. These were the words of Osagefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah as he launched the atomic reactor in the 1960s, and these words are even more relevant today. It is in light of this that the schools in the Western region have decided to take up the mandate of living this dream of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah as a son of this land. Some special private schools and public schools alike have decided to set the pace by providing their students with 21st century learning experiences. And also providing a culture and a lifestyle of practical science activities. Journey with me as I take you through how Tech Science Set is ensuring that this dream of the Western region comes true.
We as a school have embraced science education or STEM education, using the science set to do practicals. We have not been long in the use of the science set, but just a term. We realize that using the science set for practicals brings a lot of excitement. The child feels involved and the child learns while doing the practicals. We are of the view that if our parents are able to collaborate with us, or any other school that they are using the science set, if you are able to collaborate and help the school get the science set every term, I think that practicals can be held easily. It doesn't pay to teach science in abstract. Science is like mathematics. We don't read it. We get involved. We involve the learner and we involve the teacher. And you can only be involved if you are using the science set to do practicals. I think that almost every private school and public school will ought to understand that to successfully study science is meaningless unless it is linked up to the use of science sets. And that's why I think that we must embrace this idea.
Has been in existence for the past 22 years.
Wow,
yes,
that's old.
And we began using the science sets about 2 years ago.
Wow.
And it has been great, seriously, because you know, teaching and learning of science without practical is a waste of time.
What are the best private schools in Ghana? Well, one thing is for sure. The best schools pay attention to practical science education. Over the years, Dex Technology Limited has been the official science equipment provider for Ghana's best international and local private schools. Our award-winning science set is designed to provide every material needed for science experiments while enabling a superior personalized learning experience for students. How is science taught at your school? Contact Dex Technology on 0246 310 704 to find out how we can help you to provide 21st century science education. Visit www.thescienceset.com today to see our list of Ghana's best private schools. Dex Technology Limited. Practical science is now practical.
The Institute of Distance Learning IDL KNUST Kumasi informs the general public that application e-vouchers for admission into the following postgraduate, undergraduate, top-up and diploma programs of the university through the distance learning mode for the 2024-2025 academic year are now on sale. Applicants are to carefully read the entry requirements before selecting the program of choice. We have programs under sciences, agriculture, education, business, built environment, humanities, and engineering. Applicants for all programs must hold either a diploma, a higher national diploma, or a good bachelor's degree from a recognized university. You can visit any of the IDL offices across Ghana. In Kumasi, they are located at the Casley Hayford Building, KNUST campus. In Accra, they are located at the old KNUST guest house near EcoBank headquarters at Abraka, or the KNUST Accra City Center, Kwabenya, or McCarthy and Adenta office. In Takrade, you can find them at 2nd Takrade, Cancer Road. And in Tamale, they are at Kapohini near the SNIT regional headquarters. Kindly note that programs would only be mounted at centers with the requisite minimum number of qualified applicants. Facilitation is a blend of online and face-to-face sessions on weekends. For more information and in-depth knowledge about the programs, you can visit the KNUST IDL website at idl.knust.edu.gh or call them on 0247 274 661 or 0507 110 005. The Institute of Distance Learning IDL KNUST Kumasi informs the general public that application e-vouchers for admission into the following postgraduate, undergraduate, top-up and diploma programs of the university through the distance learning mode for the 2024-2025 academic year are now on sale. Applicants are to carefully read the entry requirements before selecting the program of choice. We have programs under sciences, agriculture, education, business, built environment, humanities, and engineering. Applicants for all programs must hold either a diploma, a higher national diploma, or a good bachelor's degree from a recognized university. You can visit any of the IDL offices across Ghana. In Kumasi, they are located at the Casley Hayford Building, KNUST campus. In Accra, they are located at the old KNUST guest house near EcoBank headquarters at Abraka, or the KNUST Accra City Center, Kwabenya, or McCarthy and Adenta office. In Takrade, you can find them at 2nd Takrade, Cancer Road. And in Tamale, they are at Kapohini near the SNIT regional headquarters. Kindly note that programs would only be mounted at centers with the requisite minimum number of qualified applicants. Facilitation is a blend of online and face-to-face sessions on weekends. For more information and in-depth knowledge about the programs, you can visit the KNUST IDL website at idl.knust.edu.gh or call them on 0247 274 661 or 0507 110 005. The
All right, contestants, you are back, or we are back. So I have your sheets, but remember, it was like I said, a very simple experiment or task. We gave you we gave you a laser, we gave you a screen, we gave you pegs, and then we gave you 2 polarizers. I won't go through the task because I'm sure you still remember. But we wanted you to write out your observations in task 2, 3, and 4. Remember that task 2, you were asked to use the peg to place to help you. You use it to place, or you used it to place the polarizer P1 vertically in between the laser and the screen. And then task 2, like you did, you use the other second or the other peg or the second peg to place or to help you place the polarizer P2 horizontally. Task 2 was vertically, task 3 horizontally, task 4 you had to rotate the polarizer P2 at an angle of 45 degrees. So in terms of the responses, your observations in task 2, 3, and 4. In fact, task 2, if you did it very well, then you would have realized a reduction in the intensity of the light. Then in task 3, when you were asked to hold or place it horizontally would have meant that no light would be seen. And then task 4, when you had to rotate P2, you would have seen some amount of light. So task 2, a reduction in intensity of the light. Task 3, no light. Task 4, some amount of light. Then importantly, what accounted for your observations, and this is where the science is, what accounted for your observations in task 2, 3, and 4. And in task 2, because of the vertical orientation of polarizer 1, obviously that polarizer blocked the horizontal component of the light, which meant that it resulted in a reduction in the intensity of the light. And then for task 3, when the second polarizer was also placed horizontally, the vertical and horizontal component of the laser was blocked. And so that's how come, if you did it very well, I'm sure you didn't see any light. Then in task 4, when we asked you to now rotate the second polarizer P2 by 45 degrees, it allowed some light to pass through the polarizers because you created a certain angle which allowed some amount of light to pass through. And if you are able to write out the scientific reasons pertaining or as to why you made those observations, 2.2 points, so 6 points. And then for the first question, your observations for task 2, 3, and 4, 1 mark each, making 3 points. That would have given you 9 points. And then the last question, to do with the property of light demonstrated in this experiment. It had to do with polarization of light. Polarization of light. We gave you 2 polarizers, polarization of light. And if you were able to write this for me, I would definitely give you 1 point, making a total of 10 points. So I'm sure by going through the marking scheme, contestants, you know where you stand. But in no particular order, let's look at the answers provided by the 2 schools. Universal International School, for the first question, what were your observations in task 2, 3, and 4? They have indicated, and I'm reading this verbatim so that we all hear what you wrote. You have indicated over here, in task 2, there will be a reflection of the laser light. Also, in the third task, there will still be the reflection of the laser light. Then again, in the fourth task, there will be a refraction of light. And it's unfortunate I'm unable to give you any points, so you get 0 for this particular one. And then number 2, what accounted for your observations in tasks 2, 3, and 4? And you have indicated there was a bouncing back of light in each task. There was a bouncing back of light in each task. And obviously, by going through the marking scheme, this wasn't the answer, or this whatever you have written wasn't what we expected you to write. Then the third one, the property of light demonstrated in this experiment. You have written reflection of light. So which means that really for all the related questions, I'm really unable to give you anything, but you put in a lot of effort. And this one, by my kind gesture and my goodwill, I think I'll give you 1 point. So you have 1 out of 10. Well done. Well done. Please clap for them, my dear audience. Now let's look at Rejoice National Academy. Rejoice National Academy. Rejoice, they have indicated for the first set of questions, which had to do with your observations. They have written, in task 2, the laser light can be seen on the screen when passed through the polarizer P1. Then they have written, in task 3, the laser light is not seen on the screen when passed through the polarizer P1 and P2. Then they have also rating, so that obviously is correct. But the first one, I'm sorry, you see the light, just that the light will be reduced in intensity. So the first question, I'm unable to give you any points. Your second question for task 3, where you have written, light is not seen on the screen when passed through the polarizer P1 and P2. Obviously, that is correct, so you get 1 point. And then in task 4, the laser light will not be seen clearly on the screen, and you have slash will be diminished, and indeed that is correct. So you see some amount of light. So it means that for the first related question, you have 2 out of 3. Now let's look at the second related question. What accounted for your observations in tasks 2, 3, and 4? So you have indicated in task 2, light can be seen through a polarizer when it is placed vertically. When it is placed vertically. And I'm unable to give you any points because vertical orientation of the polarizer P1 will block the horizontal component of light, which really meant a reduction in the intensity of light. So unfortunately, I'm unable to give you anything for this particular one. Then in task 3, light cannot be seen through a polarizer when it is placed horizontally. And indeed, that is correct. So you have 2 points. Then in task 4, light cannot be seen clearly between 2 polarizers when one is placed vertically and the other is tilted at an angle of 45. So you said light cannot be seen clearly, and indeed, going through the scheme, I indicated it allows some amount of light. So I'll give you 2 for giving me that answer. Then the last one, what property of light is demonstrated in this experiment? You did not write anything. So I'm also unable to give you anything. So it means you have 1, you have another 1, you have 2, you have 2, which gives you 6 out of 10. Well done to Rejoice National Academy, and well done to both schools for all your efforts. So it means that at the end of round 3, Universal International School has 6 points, Rejoice National Academy has 6 points, which makes a total of 8 points for Universal International School and a total of 28 points for Rejoice National Academy. Please give them a round of applause. Well done. So we'll move straight to round 4, the very last round in this contest. And round 4 is decoding the clues round. And this particular round is buzzer dependent. And so we'll do a quick buzzer check. Let's listen to the sound from the buzzer from Rejoice. Rejoice. Rejoice, please. Okay. Universal. Universal. Rejoice. Okay, we'll go for a short commercial break and fix some few things related to your buzzers. Okay, so I think our buzzers are functioning now. So let's hear the sound from the buzzer from Universal. Okay, Rejoice. Okay, can we do it again? Rejoice. And Universal. Okay, so before I even go through the rules, I need to make a correction. So when I was giving out the scores for the round 3, the Science and Technology Challenge, Universal, remember I said you had 1 point, and actually I dashed it out for your efforts. So you have 1 point, which gives you a total of 8 points. And then Rejoice National Academy, you had 6 points, giving you a total of 28 points. I think mistakenly I said both schools have 6 points, but Universal, you did not get 6. I dashed you 1 point. Are we okay? All right, so let's go to the very last round. The very last round. And this round is known as the Decoding the Clues round. And here, contestants, I'll be reading out the questions as a series of clues. Contestants, if you are able to answer it on the first clue, you get 6 points. That's a lot, 6 points. If you answer the clue correctly on the second clue, you get 5 points. If you answer it on the third clue, you get 4 points. If you answer on the fourth and any other clue, you get 3 points. Contestants, you have only 1 attempt. Only 1 attempt. And as always, you need to press the buzzer before you attempt answering the question. If you fail to press the buzzer, unfortunately, you'll be disqualified from answering that particular question, even in a situation whereby the answer you have provided is correct. Let's just do another round of a buzzer check and then we'll zoom into action. Universal, can we hear your sound? Good. And then Rejoice. Good. All right, so the first one. I may be a reaction. In my process, one or more substances are converted to one or more different substances. The number of atoms before and after the change is the same, but the number of molecules will change. When a substance undergoes a change, I might be observed as a change in color, temperature, or the formation of a gas. Contestants, who am I? Rejoice?
Physical change.
That is not correct. So maybe we can fall on Rejoice if we still have some time. We'll fall on Universal, I'm sorry. We'll fall on Universal. Yes, Universal.
Synthesis.
No.
Synthesis.
No, that is not correct. Anyone to help us? Anyone in the audience, just shout and I'll listen. I'm sure I'll hear you. Chemical change is correct. Who said chemical change? Well done, but unfortunately I cannot give you any marks. I can just give you an applause. Well done. The next riddle. My appearance is generally very different from the adult form. What I am actually is a special young form some animals undergo before becoming adults. My transformation is part of a complex life cycle known as metamorphosis. Yes, Universal.
The larvae stage.
I often have unique structures and organs that do not occur in the adult form. In fact, I am the developmental stage that exists between larva and the adult of certain insects. Who am I? Yes, Rejoice.
The pupa.
The pupa is correct for 3 points. The last but one riddle. Last but one riddle. I am a set of positive integers greater than 1. I am essential in the study of number theory. Unlike my opposite pair, I have a greater number of devices. I can be expressed as a product of prime numbers. I am the direct opposite of prime numbers. Contestants, who am I? Yes, Rejoice?
Composite numbers.
Composite numbers is correct for 3 points. The very last riddle for this contest. I am commonly used in modern internet connections. I provide faster internet speeds than traditional cables. I am a high-speed data transmission technology. I use light to transmit data. My initials are capital F, capital T, small x. Who am I? Anyone to help us? Please shout. Anyone to help us with the correct answer? Oh, the correct answer is fiber optics. Fiber optics, and currently, in fact, almost all the telcos are using or they use fiber optics. So, on that note, we have come to the end of round 4 and of course to the end of this particular complex. But please allow me to acknowledge and express our profound gratitude to all our sponsors for coming on board. We say thank you again and again to all our sponsors. The 2024 Junior Science and Maths Quiz is proudly sponsored by the KNUST E-Learning Center. At KNUST E-Learning, we say just a click. The KNUST Institute of Distance Learning, and we want to appreciate them for making our journeys round the nation very easy and indeed extremely pleasurable. At KNUST IDL, we say lifelong learning an essential key for development. We also want to appreciate the KNUST UITS, the University Information Technology Services, for providing us with the needed bandwidth for this quiz and also for providing us with high-speed internet. Dex Technologies, we want to appreciate you for always making our technology a reality. And as always, it is hands-on. At Dex Technologies, we say practical science is now practical. The Ghana Standards Authority, we want to thank you for your generous contribution, which I must say is deeply appreciated. Multi-Neck Credit Savings and Loans Limited, we want to thank you for your contributions towards this year's competition. The Ghana National Petroleum Corporation Foundation, we thank you for coming on board to impact lives. Study X, we also want to appreciate you for joining us in this year's competition. Pizza Man, Chicken Man, we want to thank you in anticipation of the wonderful meal packages, where at Pizza Man, Chicken Man, we say great food lives here. Fonjo Images, thank you very much for always keeping our memories alive. And to our media partner, Kesben TV, thank you for telecasting this program live. And thank you also for amplifying our reach and our impact. Thank you for this wonderful collaboration. And at Kesben TV, we say, Obia Bedidi, to which everyone will have a share. And our scores are in. And so at the end of round 4, Universal International School has 0 points. Rejoice National Academy has 6 points. And so at the end of the quiz, the second contest for day 1 for the Ashanti region qualifiers for the 2024 Junior Science and Maths quiz, Universal International School has 8 points. Please clap for them. Well done, congratulations. And Rejoice National Academy has 34 points. Please clap for them. Congratulations. And so Universal International School, we want to appreciate you for coming onto our stage, our cherished stage, and for participating in this year's regional contest. We hope and pray that we will see you again next year with a lot of energy and with a lot of zeal. Thank you very much for joining us in this year's competition. Rejoice National Academy, well done for making it to this particular contest, and importantly for winning today's contest as well. We look forward to seeing you in the next series of rounds. And so by the power invested in me as a quiz mistress for this contest, I declare Rejoice National Academy as winners of this particular competition. Kindly note that there's another competition coming on right after this contest, and it's going to be fireworks between Christ Model Academy, Ultimate Academy Technical, and Ahinema Kokobin DAJHS. And you don't want to miss this one. It promises to be an exciting one, and like I always say, you will definitely find something to learn. Kindly stay glued to our YouTube channel, watch all our videos, visit our Facebook pages, and like our pages, send us comments, and of course, please check out on our Twitter handle, like our programs, and send us a comment as well. My name is Augustina Angelina Silverkin, a senior lecturer at the Department of Theoretical and Applied Biology and a senior research fellow at the Kumasi Center for Collaborative Research in Tropical Medicine. And I have been your quiz mistress for this afternoon's competition. I wish you well and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Bye-bye.
The Institute of Distance Learning IDL KNUST Kumasi informs the general public that application e-vouchers for admission into the following postgraduate, undergraduate, top-up and diploma programs of the university through the distance learning mode for the 2024-2025 academic year are now on sale. Applicants are to carefully read the entry requirements before selecting the program of choice. We have programs under sciences, agriculture, education, business, built environment, humanities, and engineering. Applicants for all programs must hold either a diploma, a higher national diploma, or a good bachelor's degree from a recognized university. You can visit any of the IDL offices across Ghana. In Kumasi, they are located at the Casley Hayford Building, KNUST campus. In Accra, they are located at the old KNUST guest house near EcoBank headquarters at Abraka, or the KNUST Accra City Center, Kwabenya, or McCarthy and Adenta office. In Takrade, you can find them at 2nd D Takrade, Cancer Road. And in Tamale, they are at Kapohini near the SNIT regional headquarters. Kindly note that programs would only be mounted at centers with the requisite minimum number of qualified applicants. Facilitation is a blend of online and face-to-face sessions on weekends. For more information and in-depth knowledge about the programs, you can visit the KNUST IDL website at idl.knust.edu.gh or call them on 0247 274 661 or 0507 110 005.